3AW with Denis Walter. Rod Stewart's career is pretty well unrivalled for diversity and longevity at the very highest level. And a new album of original material, he's heading into a new stage as a mature age rocker. Rod Stewart, good afternoon.
Hello, mate. How are you?
I'm very well. Do you have an ambition to be the oldest rocker, still on stage, still doing it, and the oldest soccer player, still at it?
Well, if I would really love to be the oldest soccer player, to be quite honest with you, but it is getting difficult every year now. The old knees are not what they used to be.
The new album, Time, new music from your pen, but you did at one stage you felt like you were done songwriting wise. What changed?
Well, I got some bad advice from somebody at a record company. It's a long story that I won't go into it, but I will tell you how it returned. It was, I was, in the middle of putting the book together and meeting with friends and family and, just reviewing my life. And I suddenly thought, God, I've got so much to write about. And then the first song that I wrote was, about my dad, which is You Can't Stop Me Now. Then I did Brighton Beach, which is all part of my life. So one inspired the other.
Also, Maggie May was inspired by a life experience, as I understand it.
Yes, it was. It was my first shag, if you'd like to put that. Can we put that on the radio?
Yes, that's okay.
Yeah, it was my first sexual encounter way back in the early 60s.
And she was much older, I understand.
She was, yeah. She was a large lady, but very, very attentive.
Well, you've never forgotten.
No. There's, obviously there's a few bits and pieces put in there that are not quite true, just to make it a story. But it's loosely based on my first sexual experience.
There you go. Your dad, he gave you a guitar as a child, and you weren't that thrilled about that.
No, I was, very much into model railroads as I am today. It's a hobby that stayed with me forever. And he bought me a guitar. I don't know whether, as I say in the book, it fell off the back of a lorry or... I had no musical inclination whatsoever when I was a kid, and that's what started it.
Was it also a visit to a local pub where you saw Mick and the Stones on stage and thought maybe I could do this?
Yeah, that would have been in the early 60s as well. This place called Eel Pie Island, and my girlfriend at the time was going out with his girlfriend. They were good mates, and said, "Why don't you come over and see my boyfriend? He's in a band." So I went over there, and it was the Stones. I think there was only about 25 people in the audience. And they were all sitting on stools wearing nice, neat pullovers, playing some amazing music. And
that did give you that sort of inspiration to maybe have a crack at it. You thought he could do it, I can do it.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And we're still both doing it.
And doing it very well indeed. The American Songbook albums, was it risky? Was it risky career-wise to go down that path, or was that something you just had to do?
Yeah, it's something I had to do. I have great admiration for that period of songwriting, and it's something I was brought up on, and it was something I just wanted to do, get it off my chest and say that I'd done it, not knowing, not even dreaming it would sell, I think, 26 million or something like that. But that's all finished now. I mean, one day I would like to do an American Songbook tour with a full orchestra and a full big band.
Years ago, I'm from a musical background. Radio was just something I've always wanted to do as well. I was told by promoters who brought you to Australia, they said to me, Rod, and you mentioned before that you got some bad advice, which possibly stopped you from writing. But I was told back then, this is about 25 years ago, that Rod Stewart not only writes great songs, but you are a sensational chooser of, that's not even a word, of songs of other writers. A chooser. There you go.
Yeah, it's something that put me on the musical map to start with, because I wasn't writing songs when I was with the Jeff Beck Group or even on my first couple of albums. I just loved covering, Bob Dylan and whoever. But yeah, I do think I'm pretty good at choosing a song for myself.
Also crafting an image, I was told.
Yeah, that's. I didn't work on it. I mean, as I say to people, I was very much into clothes and style and culture.